Hey guys, this is Coach Bill with Bill Mabry Online Coaching. Hope you guys are having a great, what day is it today? Hope you guys are having a great Thursday. Sometimes I lose what days it is. Here, let me get my clock started first. Today, guys, as you can see, I'm still in my workout outfit. I just walked in the house, and when I just walked in the house from working out. And I want to get on live Facebook real quick before I forgot about the conversation I had at the gym with the 65-year-old man. And it all falls back to is I'm trying to reprogram not only my clients' mindset about doing a high good dietary fat, low carb meals, which is a ketogenic diet, and incorporating it with intermittent fasting. I'm trying to reset or reboot their brains that science has been proving that these two programs, these two methods of dieting, is not only for losing that belly fat or body fat, but it's also for overall health. And both of these programs or diets have been around for decades. And so, too many of the health coaches and too many of the fitness coaches are talking more about fat loss or weight loss or whatever you want to call it, burning your belly fat or body fat off, and not looking at a program that's not only going to do that, and it's been doing it for decades, but it also is going to improve overall health. See, guys, if you work on the inner part of your body, the outer part will follow. And what's the outer part? Well, the outer part is always going to be fat loss. Because if you're doing both these diet programs, the ketogenic diet and the intermittent fasting, they both go hand in hand. If you're doing them right, it's impossible not to lose that unwanted body fat. If you're doing it right and you have the right tools, the guidance, and you have the right education to understand why you're doing it. See, that's the difference. That's why most people fail, because they're doing it wrong. That's the simple answer. But anyway, the conversation I had with this guy at the gym was he stopped me at the gym. This is my 23-hour fast day, so I'm having my black coffee. But he stopped me at the gym and asked me how old I was. And I told him I was 70 years old. And he said, how do you stay in such good shape? He says, I'm 65 and I've been doing this for a long time. And trying to add more lean muscle and to lose more body fat. And he says, and I look at you and you're there. And he asked me, how long have you been doing this? I go, well, my wife and I have been working out together for decades. But as far as being in shape, we've been in shape now for quite a few years. I says, and it's all about what goes in your mouth. That's the key. It's what goes in your mouth. I said, there's more to it than just dieting or exercising. Exercising is just part of it. But it's more of balancing your hormones, and that's what we've learned how to do. And he says, well, what do you do? And I explained to him, I says, we do a ketogenic diet, and we incorporate it with intermittent and prolonged fasting. And he asked me how long we fast. I told him. He goes, how in the heck do you fast that long? He says, because we trained our bodies to be fat burners. See, most people now are actually carb burners. That's what their bodies, they've been eating multiple carbs throughout the day, and so now they're burning carbs, and they're not actually burning their own body fat for fuel. And I says, and it's all about hormones. I go, my wife and I are of age, but our testosterone hormones are jacked up, are high, and our growth hormones, because we fast. That is the magic about fasting. It's not just that it's going to help you lose that belly fat or body fat. That's just a no-brainer. But you're going to improve your growth hormones and balance your hormones, and that's the key. Hormones actually operates the whole body. And I says, and you have hormones that are going to cause you to have sweet cravings and carb cravings, and you have hormones that you can activate if you're fasting. That's going to help you burn fat. And one of those, obviously, is growth hormones. And that's going to help you add lean muscles. And there's no age limit to adding lean muscle. And he says, I didn't realize there was that much to it. I said, there is. I said, so if you focus on the hormones and you focus on the foods you're eating and you follow science and you educate yourself about autophagy, I go, it's a no-brainer. I says, because people are so focused on losing the belly fat, and they should. If they're overweight, that's unhealthy, and you need to lose it. But if you focus on a program or two programs that are actually designed to work on the inner part of your body to get you overall health, I go, the byproduct is always going to be weight loss. So think about this, and this is what I'm telling him, and I might have talked a little too much, but he was interested. I go, think about this. You have to train your body to burn fat. You just cannot do intermittent fasting cold turkey. It's not going to work. You're going to lose. You're going to sabotage it. The hormones that are out of balance are going to sabotage your trying to do it. I go, so it's going to take 2 or 3 weeks of being on a high-fat, low-carb meal plan in order to train your body to know how to burn fat. Then after that, because you're burning the fat from the food, your body is used to burning fat, then you introduce intermittent fasting. And I said, think about this. If you're not eating, if your body is already burning fat and you're not eating for a period of time of at least 16 hours or longer, then your body has to have energy to operate throughout the rest of the day, right? And the guy says, yeah. I go, so where's it going to get the energy from? And he stops for a second and he says, well, whatever body fat you have. I go, exactly. And he says, well, what about like you when you don't have that much body fat? He says, oh yeah, I got plenty of body fat. I said, but even guys that are at 4%, they're still doing intermittent fasting because the body's not that stupid. The body has a mechanism to protect itself called gluconeogenesis, and you can go to one of my videos on my YouTube channel, or you can go to my Fat Loss Made Easy Facebook group page, check out the video there about gluconeogenesis. I go, so it's got a protective mechanism so you're not going to be starving from not having enough glucose in the body in your reserves. Intermittent fasting and prolonged fasting is not a starvation diet, guys. It's not. It's actually, the autophagy when you're fasting means self-eating. It's your body's way of naturally detoxing. God gave us that mechanism to help us detox the toxic chemicals you're consuming throughout the day. And we're never going to get away from those toxic chemicals. It's getting worse, especially in our water. But we have a mechanism in our bodies already designed to help us detox the cells at the cellular level where it's not storing any more detoxing and it's not causing damage to your mitochondria in your cells. And that's a whole different ball game. So guys, like I said, change your mindset. The 2 programs we offer at BillMabryCoaching.com, high good dietary fat, low carb meals, ketogenic, and we incorporate that with intermittent fasting, are scientifically proven to work on the inner part of the body and to heal whatever issues you have, especially if you're trying to reverse type 2 diabetes or fatty liver disease. So guys, I hope you saw some value in this. It looks like I'm right on time. I got 1 minute and 20 seconds left, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. You guys have a great day. We'll see you guys at the next video.